Hello, Felix here. So today I'm going to show you how you can use the Interchange to run a virtual family day event. Now, the first thing that your participants will notice is obviously on a virtual event, they won't be able to concentrate and focus for as long as they were at a live event, for example. A typical family day event is organized to last for about 4 hours. But on a virtual event, we would suggest that you keep your virtual family day event to under 2 hours. The reason is quite simple. Nobody that I know at least will be able to sit in front of a computer, in front of their laptop, and fully enjoy an experience for more than 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours max, right? Think about the latest blockbuster movie, the previous one, the one before COVID obviously, that you watched. Even if you were sitting in a gold class sofa, you're gonna be feeling a bit jittery after about 2 hours, which is why most good movies last for about 2 hours, right? Now think about your Netflix binging sessions. Each episode is typically about 45 minutes to 50 minutes long, and even if you were to watch 4, 5, 6 episodes lying on your bed, even then, that doesn't feel the most comfortable if you don't move around and if you don't go out, right? So if you were to run a virtual family day event in front of your laptop, then it's going to be a problem if you expect your guests to be sitting in front of their computer for more than 2 hours. Further, as a family day event, what we would suggest is your guests should be connecting their laptop to their living room TV, for example, so that the rest of their family members can also enjoy what your event planner would have put together for them on the Interchange. Now, without further ado, let's just hop right in to the Interchange platform so I can show you the demo that I've created for you today. Okay, great. So this is the lobby that your attendees will be seeing when they log on to your event. So again, all the attendees will be given their own username and password, or in this case, it could be an email address, corporate email address, and a password that's pre-generated for them. So we ensure that the people who attend your events are the ones whom you want in your event and not strangers. And in this virtual lobby, what we can do is you can obviously change the designs, you can change the logos, you can put in different details. In this case, I've set the event to last for a long time because it's a demo that we're using to show to our potential users and clients. What they'll do is once they come to the main lobby, they'll be asked to enter the main stage. Now the main stage is where you have you could have a list of videos that's pre-playing like what I have right now. You could also have a live stream. So in a real event, you would have a live host or an MC sitting behind a desk or standing in a studio at home, welcoming guests to the event, right? And every guest that joins the live stream, their username and their avatar will be shown on the left where it says live stream attendees. And with this, you can then see who is watching this live stream together with you. Now, one thing that I like to stress in order to make a virtual event successful is interaction. In fact, to make any event successful, interaction is key. Now, in order to give this interaction, we need to be able to connect and interact and engage with all the other attendees within the event without the interference or the injection of the event host. Meaning, your attendees should be able to connect and chat and talk and video call each other without an event host saying that they can do it. Right? Now, once you've established that, then you start to understand the main difference between Interchange and the video conferencing software that you're typically more familiar with. Now, in the main stage, what we can do is like a real live event. The MC would welcome all the attendees who's coming in, and then he or she will invite your boss or your CEO to come onto the virtual stage to give a welcome speech and to welcome everybody to your virtual family day event. And all this is done seamlessly on the Interchange platform. Now, once the opening speech is over, typically in a live family day event, then the activities start. Again, the problem with a lot of video conferencing software is it's a very linear tool, which means you can plan a lot of activities happening that will happen in your virtual family day event, but then your event would have to be probably an 8-hour event, right? Because you need everything to be happening one after another. You can't have things happening concurrently like you would see in a live family day event. Now, what we can do on the Interchange though is we can create rooms. When we create these rooms, every single room would have a different track, and it would have something going on within every individual room, independent from the other rooms. This is as if you had a workshop for kids room, a workshop for adults room, a magic room, a music studio, so on and so forth, in a live event. And that's what a family day event should be like. Now, just because you're running this as a virtual event doesn't mean you need to give that up. You can do that on the Interchange platform, and I'm going to show you how it works. Okay, so I'm just going to before I hop into actually the workshop for kids room, the reason why I put in these timings is because I would suggest that a family day be run maybe on a Saturday evening between 4 to 6 p.m. Keep it within 2 hours, create multiple rooms, have many different things happening at the same time, but tell your audience, tell your guests what's happening in each room. And later on, when we get to the snacks room, then you'll understand why I'm proposing your virtual family day events to be held between 4 to 6 p.m. But the way it works is your guests can just simply pick the room that they want, and they can hop in. And in the room description, you can tell them from 4 to 4:30, we're going to have finger painting workshop, 4:30 to 5, we're going to have kite making workshop, 5 to 5:30, 5:30 to 6, so on and so forth. Okay, your event planner should be able to plan this out together with you, and before the event, prepare a kit, let's say a family DIY kit that will be delivered to every single one of your guests' homes. And in this kit, they'll then find, okay, this is the kids workshop kit, and then they'll find another kit that says adults workshop kit. With these kits, looking at the time, the adults will then bring their kids into this virtual workshop room at 4 p.m. to learn how to do finger painting. They would go into this workshop by just simply clicking on join, and then they'll see a live stream of a workshop instructor teaching finger painting. What they then do is then just pick up the workshop for kit for kids kit that is delivered to them before the event, and then start working on the finger painting workshop as instructed by the instructor in this room. Now, once they're done, they can also head on to workshop for adults. So again, you can very simply put in a room description for this. So 4 to 4:30 p.m. workshop 1, 4:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. workshop 2, so on and so forth. What will happen here is that your guests will then know what's happening in this specific room whenever they want to join. Okay, so they'll say, oh, it's 4:30 now, I'm going to join the adults workshop room for workshop 2, and then they'll just join, right? And what you can also do is for the magic room, you can have your event planner can organize 4 different sets of magic, whether from 4 different digital magicians or from one magician creating 4 different types of magic. And at every single segment, he can then show different types of magic, so you get some variety as well. And all they need to do again is just click on the join button, they hop right into that room, and they can enjoy a live stream of a digital magic show depending on what is on at the moment. They can also click on the live chat button on the left, where they can then connect and chat with all the other attendees who's watching the same show or who is in the same room. Now, this chat function applies to every single room, every single activity. So when you are in the workshop for adults room, for example, you will be able to chat with everyone who is in the workshops for adult room. This creates a lot of interaction, a lot of engagement, and makes that activity a lot more interesting. Now, in a music studio, what you can do is you can then work with your event planner to get some musicians or bands or buskers and and do a live stream or even do a pre-recording of the video. It's better obviously to have a live stream and have different bands come online at different times, because live, again, using the chat feature, what your guests can do is then they can maybe make a dedication to the live band and they can then play. So again, interaction is key on the Interchange, and that is something that we will constantly be focusing on as we build different types of events on this platform. One idea that you can have is a virtual office tour. So the idea is to work with your event planner to go down to your office with a 3D scanner and scan your entire office. You can then create different points on this 3D scan that will show us, let's say, video of your office, can show some photos, can show some messages, and this is for the purposes of still bringing your remote workers, remote employees to connect with your physical office. We've all been working from home for a few months now, for a long time now, and sometimes I think with this cabin fever, it is important to bring your guests outside of their homes virtually, obviously in a very safe way, but allow them to also connect with something that they are familiar with. Familiarity is important in engagement, and creating a virtual office tour is something that you can do with your event planner and then integrate that onto the Interchange platform. And this brings me to the next room, which is the snacks room. Now, the idea of creating this event, this virtual family day event, to be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. is so that when they join the snacks room, your event planner should be able to work with a caterer or some GrabFood or Foodpanda merchant and have them embed their ordering page into this screen like so. So it's this is a sample menu, it's just a demo, but what your participants or your guests should be able to do is come onto this snacks room, go through the menu, and then place an order of the food that they want. And because there'll be so many of them placing orders at the same time, delivery may not be within half an hour or 45 minutes, which is why I've proposed this family day event to be from 4 to 6 p.m. so that whatever they order can be in time for an early dinner for them. So at least for your guests, they feel that you've sort of thought through the entire process. You may not be able to place the order beforehand, but at least they will reach the food will reach their house before dinner time. And you can also integrate third-party apps with the Interchange, and in this example, we have integrated our own virtual scavenger hunt app called Virtual Hunt. It is sort of like a virtual team building app, so we can pre-plan this, we can set it up on the Interchange, and you can then run it from between 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. where families can then create teams and join the virtual hunt within the Interchange platform. And next thing is Kahoot. Again, a very popular trivia app that many corporates have been using all around the world. And the idea here is when they join the Kahoot room at 5:30 p.m., the host will be in that room and the host will be asking them questions about each other. So what we can do is we will encourage them throughout the entire event to go around and socialize and network with the other families who are also on this virtual family day event. And during this Kahoot game, we will be asking them questions about families. So how do we do that? Well, the idea is before the event starts, your event planner should be able to create a very simple questionnaire or very simple survey form, send it out to all the participants and ask them questions like, how many brothers and sisters or how many siblings do you have? So one question that could appear on this Kahoot is, how many siblings does Rio from the sales department has? How many siblings does Rio from the sales department has? So this question is very applicable, and it is also not generic, so that it doesn't feel that they don't feel disconnected with this activity. Now, of course, if budget allows it, you should be a bit more generous with the prizes for these activities to encourage a higher participation rate. And finally, I want to show you the water cooler room, where It is sort of like a room with no theme, with no agenda. Anybody can just log into the water cooler room to video chat with everybody else who is in this room. Whilst it is not possible to be chatting with 40, 50 different people in the same room on video, what we will do is we can allow the event planner to create multiple water cooler rooms. So if one room was full, then they'll automatically be flown to the other room virtually. So then they can start networking and socializing with their colleagues and all their family members on the Interchange. And what's amazing about the Interchange platform is that because this is an always on platform, we can keep it going. We can pre-record these videos and keep it going even after your event has finished. So whilst your event would last between, let's say, 4 to 6 p.m. on a Saturday, your event planner can work with us to keep it going, keep the Interchange going for up to, let's say, a week even if you wanted to. What this will then allow is that with these rooms still on, the participants or your guests can go back into the room and learn how to do these workshops or these kits again without being within this 4 to 6 p.m. Time slot. What can also happen is with the water cooler room still on, Interchange then becomes sort of like a virtual office for your staff and for your team, so that they have a place to get together, they have a place to come together. Now, there are so many users for the Interchange that I cannot cover them in one video. This video was to show you how you can use the Interchange to create a virtual family day event that is highly interactive, highly engaging, that would beat any Zoom or Microsoft Teams or WebEx event that you can create. No matter what you can think of, Interchange has the functions that these tools, that these software do not, because they were not built to run virtual events. Now, if you like to see any other demos or any other use case for the Interchange, just let me know or let a member of my team know, and we'll be very, very happy to re-record a new demo for your purpose, and hopefully you'll be able to get some inspiration from this video. Now, until we meet or until we speak online, I like to wish you a great day, and I hope you stay safe and stay sane. Take care, and bye-bye.